everybody. My name is Jackie and this is my channel. I just call it Everyday with Jackie. And this is my sweet boy Lucky. I had to pick him up because he is acting up today. But on my channel, you'll see anything from Shop My Stash videos to hauls, some testing new products, some reviews, a little bit of lifestyle content, and a lot of get ready with me videos. So if this sounds like the channel for you, please consider subscribing and ringing the notification bell so you'll know each and every time that I upload a video. And for today's video, I'm sure you've already guessed it, but we are going to be shopping my stash for some new products. And I have to tell you, I am so excited. I am tired of using these products. So if you're ready, let's go ahead and jump right into the video so we can pull some new products to use for the first 2 weeks. That's for the first 2 weeks of April. It is finally time to shop my stash. And can I just say, thank the Lord, I am ready to move these products out. This was the longest month. I am so happy to be able to pull new products. And as many of you know, I was dipping and dabbing in other products besides the ones I pulled, just as far as palettes go. I didn't stick with the ones that were in my Shop My Stash because I found that I needed to do different things throughout the month. So mainly my base products and all that stayed the same as my Shop My Stash, but I did dip outside for some different palettes. So let's just have a quick review of the items that are in my Shop My Stash. As you may remember, I used all Black-owned makeup brands for my Shop My Stash for the month of March because I didn't have a chance to do my Black History video. So I just thought I would devote the entire month of March to Black History because we know it's Black History every day. So I did it in the month of March. So let's just review some of the items that I pulled. I did pull my Fenty Beauty foundation and I love it. So I put this in my project pan because I did want to get some more use out of it and try to use it up. But this is what I have on my face today is my Fenty foundation and it is in the shade 420. Now a lot of people, I guess everybody has different skin types. So a lot of people I hear are always saying how drying this foundation is. And you guys know I love a radiant, a luminous foundation on my skin. I do not like matte, dry. And this is a soft matte. But it's so funny because I don't find this foundation drying whatsoever. It feels very comfortable on my skin and I don't know. I just think it's a lovely foundation and that it doesn't dry my skin out whatsoever. We also went in with our Fenty Beauty powder, and this is in 420 Nutmeg, and I have this on my face today as well. Oh, and just in case y'all are wondering, I did shampoo my hair, just still letting it dry, so hence the head wrap. But this is my my Nutmeg in the Fenty powder. And again, I have this on my face today. I also pulled the Uoma Beauty, and this is the Stay Woke Concealer, and this is in Brown Sugar T2. I have this on today as well as my concealer underneath my eyes. I pulled this Fenty Beauty powder in the shade Honey. I do not have this underneath my eyes. I dipped outside my Shop My Stash again and I went in with the Too Faced because I started noticing that I did not like the way my eyes was looking with this powder. It just was it added such a yellow hue that I was noticing when I would use it. So I stopped using this and I went to my Too Faced Translucent. But I did use this for quite a bit. But then once I started noticing I just didn't like the way my under eyes looked, I switched over to the Too Faced Translucent Powder. And I did use the McGrath concealers. I have MD24 and MD22. I use both of these and love them as well. I have my Fenty Beauty mascara. This is a full frontal mascara, and I do have that on my eyes today. I have the Fenty Beauty cream Cheeks Out Summertime Wine Blush. I did not use this today, but you know what? I didn't use, or did I? I think I may have used this one time throughout the entire month, if I did use it at all. I can't remember. But I think if I did, I used it once. I think I've used it once. I have my Fenty Beauty highlighter, Cognac Candy. I don't have this on today, but I did use this. And I decided that I'm just going to start leaving my NYX primer, glitter glue primer, and my Lancome Sills booster for my eyelashes. I'm just going to start leaving that in all of my Shop My Stash. I do have the lip liner by Juvia's Place, and this is the Luxe Liner in Scorpio. I don't have that on my lips today, but I have used that. And then I have the Fenty Beauty, this is the eyelid primer, amplifying eye primer, and this is in Avisa Pink. I have this. I didn't even put any eye primer on my eyes today. I just threw this look together real quick so I could do this video. I didn't have any primer on. Fenty Beauty Pro Filt'r Foundation Powder. This is in the shade 410. I use this so much that the you can hardly see the Fenty Beauty embossed inside anymore. I use this quite a bit. Now this palette, I did a video using this palette. It's not up yet. It's ready to go, but I had to switch around my schedule, so I thought it would be up by now, but it's not. But I found this palette, the Warriors 2 by Juvia's Place. That's lucky. I found myself using this palette all the time, almost for the entire month. This was like the only palette that I was using. It's so ironic to me how I almost decluttered this because I didn't like it, or I wasn't drawn to it. So I almost decluttered it, and I said that if I found that I still didn't use it, that I would go ahead and declutter it. But I use this almost every day. So I'm glad I was able to add it to my Shop My Stash because I ended up loving that palette. Then I had the Pat McGrath Mothership Mega Celestial Divinity palette. I think I used this twice. I didn't use it as much as I thought I would. It was just so vibrant, so glittery. So I only used this like twice. And then the Berries by Juvia's Place. You guys know I love this palette, and I just did not use it. I wore it because I had this pink top on. I just used it in today's video. Just did a quick, simple eye look because, you know, I really didn't have makeup on today, so I just did a little something. And then I have the Juvia's Place blush in the shade Bella. I did use this. This is such a pretty corally orange shade, especially this time of the year. So I did enjoy this. And I have my palette, the Queen palette by Juvia's Place. This is Fumi times Juvia. I think I used this shade in here on one of my eye looks for the inner corner. And I may have used this shade right here, but I have not really used this palette, not much at all. So this didn't get hardly any use. Very surprising to me as well. And I did use this Colored Rain times Power blush palette and highlighter palette. I use this all the time. As a matter of fact, this is what I used today for my blush and my highlighter. And I have my Fenty Beauty. This is the Sunstalker bronzer palette in Cocoa Naughty. And I have my Lip Bar Quick Conceal. This is my concealer for underneath my eyes. I'm still trying to use this, guys, because everybody loves this. And it just made my eyes crease. So I do go in with this if I have a matte concealer, like the one from Uoma Beauty. I incorporate both of these because this one is a little bit more matte, and then I use this, just a little bit of it, to add a little bit of luminosity, and that way I would hope my eyes don't crease as much. But I'm still playing around with this one, but I did use this. And I have my Fenty Beauty Pro Instant Retouch Pro Filt'r Instant Retouch Primer. Use this all the time. Then I have my Uoma Beauty Foundation. I use this quite a bit as well. And this is in Brown Sugar T2C. And then I have another primer I put in here. This is the Pro Filt'r by Fenty Beauty. This is the hydrating primer. Use this quite a bit as well. It's starting to get really warm. I think it's like 70, 80. So I found myself first starting out with this one, the hydrating one, but then quickly switching over to the soft matte. And then lastly, we have the Pat McGrath Labs. This is the Skin Fetish Sublime Perfection Foundation. And I have this in the shade Medium Deep 24. And I did get a chance to use this some more because it had just been sitting. So those, I think these are all the products that I had in my Shop My Stash. So let's switch these products out. So let's get started. I came to the living room because I needed to be able to spread out. So let's go ahead and jump in and let's get this video going. We're going to shop our stash. The first thing I want to look for are face primers and eyeshadow primers. So I went ahead and grabbed some things. So let me, so I'm going to bring you down so you can see just what I'm pulling. Okay, so this is what we're choosing from as far as face primers and eyeshadow primers. I already kind of have in mind what I want to use. I do want to try this NYX Marshmallow Primer. I got this in my Trend Mood box and I have not used it yet, but I've been hearing some good things about it. So I do want to go ahead and try this for the month. So I'm going to put that in here. And then I do want to go in with this Too Faced Primed and Peachy primer. I haven't used this in a bit, so I thought I might want to go ahead and dabble into this. And those will be the two primers. Now I do need a product to blur my pores. And I think I'm going to go in with this Cover FX Blurring Primer. I used to use this all the time, but I haven't used it so much lately. So I think I'm going to go ahead and try this again, or use it again. And as far as my eyeshadow primer, I think I'm going to go in with my e.l.f. No, not my e.l.f. I think I'm going to use my Milani. I'm going to use my Milani eyeshadow primer. And I do have my items from my project pan. So I do want to go ahead and incorporate also the MAC paint pot in Painterly. And this is from my project pan. I'm going to go ahead and use this also for the next 2 weeks. And that's all we're going to pull from this drawer. My next drawer I'm going to pull from will be my concealers. And again, I do know I have a concealer in my project pan. I also have I'm only going to pull one. Okay, so that is the Maybelline Instant Age Rewind Eraser. And this is in the shade, did the shade come off? It did come off. This is in the shade Tan, I believe it was. The little label came off. But this is what I'm going to use. So I want to use this because this is in my project pan too. And it looks like my little sticker came off. But it is in my project pan. So I do want to go ahead and use this. But I also want to go ahead and incorporate this Hourglass concealer because I haven't used it much. And this is in the shade Maple. And that's all I'm pulling from here. Looks like I have two products in here that don't go in here. And now this is my mascara and my eyeliners. So I have my Fenty Beauty in here, my project pan, but spoiler alert, I've already used this up. So this needs to be in my empties, but I'll just leave it there for the time. Let's see. I've already opened, because I don't like to have a lot of mascaras, so I've already opened this Too Faced Better Than Sex mascara. I've opened this and I've used this. So I'm going to put this in my Shop My Stash. I also have, is this in my project pan? I'll have to look back. But this is the Urban Decay Perversion. This has little to nothing in it. So I'm going to go ahead and put this in my Shop My Stash. And I am looking for my eyebrow. I'm looking for my Brow Wow. Here it is. Yes. I'm going to use my e.l.f. Brow Wow for my eyebrows. And that's it for this drawer. I'm not going to pull any colored liners because I don't know what eyeshadow palettes I'm going to use, or, you know, actually what looks I may end up doing. So I'm not going to use any colored liners, but I am going to go ahead and grab my, here's my MAC pencil. I'm going to put that back in here because I don't want to use that up. But I am going to put my Rimmel London eyebrow pencil, and this is in the shade Black Brown. So I want to put this in my Shop My Stash. So that's all for this drawer. Oh, let's talk about foundations. Do I have anything else in here? Oh, eyeliner. I've been carrying this eyeliner by Black Radiance, and this is in the shade Coal. This is what I've been having in my purse, taking to work with me. So I'm going to continue to use this eyeliner. And again, it just stays in my little makeup bag. So that's really going to officially be in my Shop My Stash as well. And now let's, oh, we're going to do foundations. Okay, so as it's getting warmer outside, I've been wanting to try, oh, I do want to use this. Foundation is going to be so hard. Remember this Too Faced Born This Way foundation that I got? I only used it one time, and that was in the video with my minis. So I do want to use this again. So this is in the shade Chai. Definitely have only tried this once. I do want to use this. And I think I'll also, I wish this Le Bar Just a Tint was in the right shade, but I am going to try to pick up another shade in this because as it's getting warmer, I think I do want to start to use some of these tints and CC creams, BB creams, just something a little bit more lightweight. So I definitely want to get this in another shade. I think I kind of have it narrowed down, but I'm just not quite sure of the, I'm going to watch some more videos and see people, you know, kind of my shade tone, just to make sure I'm doing a better job at selecting. So in the meantime, I am going to put this e.l.f. Camo CC cream in there. You guys know I wasn't a big fan of this, but I think I know why. And I can tell you why now. I think where I messed up was I used this Hourglass primer, which has does have SPF? Yeah, this has SPF in it, and it's also a smoothing primer, which means it kind of leaves a little film on your face. Kind of leaves a little film on your face because it's really smoothing, and it has SPF. And then I use this on top of it, so I think maybe that's why I had that cast that I was seeing. You know, 2 SPFs and then this little kind of a smoothing primer, and it leaves a little cast also. So I think that's why maybe it went wrong. So I do, and I have used this again, and I didn't see a cast. I don't think that this shade is actually the best shade match, but for e.l.f. it's probably the closest that I'm gonna get. So I do want to put this in my Shop My Stash as well. And those will probably be the only 2 products, but I may go ahead and put this Charlotte Tilbury, the Flawless Filt'r, because I do want to use this. I've only used this once, I believe, so I forgot I had this. So I'm going to put this in there too. I'm going to look for under eye powder. And actually, I could go ahead and use this Black Radiance Loose Setting Powder. And this is in the shade, this is a banana powder. Since it's already sitting on top, I can use this to set my under eyes. And for face powder, I know exactly what I want to use because I haven't used it in so long. I used to use this so much. This is the Anastasia Beverly Hills, and this is in the shade Deep Peach. Oh, I was using this so much. And then I got the Too Faced Ethereal Setting Powder, and then this one just went to the wayside. So I do want to pick this up again. Let me see. I wonder if I should pull the powder foundation as well. I think I am. I think I'm also going to pull this powder foundation by Makeup Forever. Or should I use the one that's in my project pan? Yes, because I do want to use this one up before I start going in on this one. I'm going to use this one. This one's in my project pan. This is the Makeup Forever, and this is a foundation powder. And I've gotten a lot of use out of it, so I'm going to use this. And let's see. I think this is the only one. Charlotte Tilbury. Here's my Born This Way Ethereal Setting Powder. Yeah, I think, oh, I forgot I had this one. The Laura Mercier in Translucent Medium Deep. I haven't used this that much at all. That's okay. I'm just going to stick with what I have. It's just for 2 weeks. So these are the only powders that I'm going to use. These two, and then the powder foundation if I just want to go in with a powder foundation. Okay, now this baby is a hot mess. Let me see. For bronzers, you guys already probably have figured it out. I am definitely using my Colored Rain bronzer. I just got this. Just did a dedicated video on this. And this is in the shade Naughty Spice. This bronzer is going in my Shop My Stash. I think that's probably going to be the only one that I use. And for blush, oh yes, I do want to use this Milani blush in the shade Spice Rose. I do want to pick this up. And is this the only one? Let's see. This drawer is just too much. Too much. While I'm in here, I could pull a highlighter. Oh no, it's just so much. What is this? Oh, my Alamar palette. What am I looking for? Am I looking for a blush? Just one blush. I'm only going to stick with one blush. Am I? This is my blush too. And it would give me more options. Yes, I think I'm going to pull this Anastasia Beverly Hills blush. This is the blush trio, and this is the Berry Adore. I think I'm going to pull this because then I have some more options as well. So I'll pick this one up too. And highlighter. I just used the highlighter palette by Colored Rain, but I do have another one, but I'm not going to fool with it. Let's just go with this is the one in Topaz, the Becca highlighter in Topaz. We'll go with this one. I'm probably just going to pull maybe one or maybe just one drawer of palettes and then decide which one I want to use. So let's go ahead and pull some palettes and some setting sprays, and then we can end this Shop My Stash. Okay, so I have my final items, and this little boy right here, he's gonna shop my stash with me. He just keeps wanting to play. He's been at home all by himself today, so he wants to play and he wants to eat too. So we're going to go ahead and finish this last round. He looks just like a little bear, guys. He needs to go to the groomer so much. Oh, all right, baby boy. Give me just a couple more minutes. Okay, so I just pulled a few setting sprays that I know that I probably will try to use. I didn't pull everything. Get off of me. Wait, I'll play with you in just a minute, okay? Here. Go get it. Go get it. Look. Okay, okay, give me just a minute. Okay. So I just pulled some setting sprays that I knew that I probably would use. Number one, I know I want to probably use this MAC Fix It. This is the MAC Prep and Prime, and this is in the Rose fragrance. So I did pull this. I do want to use that. And I had really been enjoying this Ciate London Everyday Vacay. And I got this from a boxy charm. Sir, you're tearing up the place. So we're going to keep this. And let me get him a treat, or we will have no peace. Okay. Gave him his treat, so that should buy us a few more minutes. Okay, as far as my eyeshadow palettes, I just pulled one drawer. And I do know that I want to use this Natasha Denona. This is the Sunrise palette. I do know I want to use this. So we're going to, whoops, we're going to play in this. And my dear friend Julia gave me this palette. This is the I Love Revolution palette. And this is their cherry palette. And I have not really had a chance to use this. Let me take a look at it again. The packaging is so cute. Oh yeah, I think this will be a good one for work. It doesn't have any like glitter or anything in it. So we'll take this one. Oh, it smells so good, you guys. It smells just like cherries. So we're going to take this and we'll use this one for our eyeshadow look as well. And I'm only going to be doing 2 weeks. Do I need one more? I'm definitely not taking this hip dot because I can't. Oh, I know what else I wanted to use. Oh, well, wait. I don't know. Hold on. I used to love taking this Huda Beauty because it was just so easy, so effortless to use for work. It was definitely a palette that I thought was work appropriate. I love using this. But let's see, I just got this new Venus palette, but if I'm going to use the I Love Revolution, then I don't need to take this one as well because that's just too much pink. Definitely not taking this hip dot, but I do think I have not used this Anastasia with Jackie Aina palette much at all, you guys. Haven't used this at all, hardly. So let me see how daytime friendly it is. I think I can do it. I think I'm going to take this palette, Jackie Aina with Anastasia Beverly Hills. I think I'm going to put this in my Shop My Stash because this palette hasn't gotten any love. So I think those are the 3 palettes that I will be using for 2 weeks. Have I used this? I know I've used it, but I don't think I've used this on camera. This one, this is another one by Huda Beauty. I'm trying to keep all my brands together as much as I can. Yeah, and then I have, I have this Revolution quad in here. This is the highlighter quad because I ran out of room. I do love this. I ran out of room. Do I want to pull this instead of the Becca? I think I do. I'm going to put the Becca one back. Poor Becca. And I'm going to pull out my Revolution highlighter palette, and this is in the shade Ignite. This is your quad. So pretty. I think I want to use this. Yes, I think these, I'm just going to pull those 3 palettes. Okay, so I think we have everything now. I hope this video isn't as long as it appears to be. Lucky, Mommy can't play right now. Just give me a minute. Okay, so let's just do a quick recap. So we just said that we were going to use our Makeup Revolution quad, and this is in the shade Ignite. And these highlighters are so pretty, you guys. They're just gorgeous. So I wanted to use this. We're going to use our MAC Prep and Prime, Fix It, and this is a rose one, or rose fragrance. And I also pulled the Ciate London. This is the Everyday Vacay. We're going to use this one as well. For eyeshadow palettes, we're going to use the I Love Revolution, and this is their cherry palette. So cute, and it really does smell like, smells like cherries. It really does. This palette is so lovely. So I can't wait to use this, and it's so appropriate for work. I want a little color. It doesn't have any glitters. We're also going to use our Natasha Denona palette. And look at this baby. I love this palette. So we're definitely going to use this to create some looks, as well as our Anastasia Beverly Hills collab with Jackie Aina. Going to use this one. Haven't used this at all, hardly. I did pull the Black Radiance Loose Setting Powder, and this is their Banana Powder, and this is what I'm going to use to set my under eyes by Black Radiance. And then I have my Anastasia Beverly Hills powder to set my face, and this is in Deep Peach. And for blush, we are going in with our Anastasia, just like last month was Fenty Beauty. It looks like this month is Anastasia. We're going to use our Anastasia Blush Trio, and this is in Berry Adore. These are the shades right here. All very pretty. And I'm finally getting to dip back into my Milani, and this is in the shade 12 Spiced Rose. This is so pretty. I love this. And our new Colored Rain bronzer is what we're going to be using to bronze our face. It's such a pretty shade. It looks so good. So I'm happy to have this and to use this for 2 weeks. I'm going to use my Charlotte Tilbury Flawless Filter. Can't really see. And I haven't gotten to play with this, but maybe once or twice. Probably once. I think this was in my minis. We're going to use our Born This Way. This is their matte foundation, and this is in the shade Chai. I'm so excited to be able to use this because I remember when I tried it out in the video, so pretty. So I am looking forward to using that, along with the e.l.f. Camo CC Cream. And I picked up a Makeup Forever Powder Foundation, and this is the Duo Matte 218. It's a shade. We have our eyeliner, just a black eyeliner. This is by Black Radiance, and this is in the shade Coal. This is our Too Faced Better Than Sex mascara. And this is just a black mascara. We have our Urban Decay Perversion mascara, another black mascara. This is a good mascara. If you like a wet mascara, this is it. We have the e.l.f. Brow Wow for my eyebrows. We have the Instant Age Rewind Eraser Concealer, and I have the shade Tan. We have our Rimmel London Eyebrow Pencil, and it's in black brown. I'm going to use my NYX Marshmallow Primer. I can't wait to use this. I have not used it at all. We're going in with our concealer, which is going to be the Hourglass Concealer, and we have the shade Maple. This is my Too Faced primer, and this is their Primed and Peachy, and it's their Cooling Matte Skin Perfecting Primer, and this one is infused with peach and sweet fig cream. I have my MAC paint pot in the shade Painterly that we're going to be using. We have our Milani eyeshadow primer. And these two products, like I said, are just going to stay in my Shop My Stash. And this is this Lancome Seals Booster XL. This is your eyelash primer. And then we have our NYX glitter primer, just in case I should happen to need these items. And lastly, we have our Cover FX blurring primer. And this is just going to help blur my pores. Doesn't look like I pulled too many products. That's why I wanted to avoid, because I don't know if I mentioned, but I normally, last month I did my Shop My Stash for an entire month, which was just way too long for me. I normally, when I used to do my Shop My Stash videos, I would do them for 2 weeks at a time. And that's what I'm going to get back to. And if I'm even struggling, then I'll just cut it down to once a week. I'll switch out my products. But I think 2 weeks worked out fine for me before, when I used to do my Shop My Stash. I do have some videos coming up. I have scheduled out so many videos, you guys, because we were on spring break and I had time to film. So in some of these upcoming videos, you may see my previous Shop My Stash, but mainly the base products and everything stayed the same in my Shop My Stash. I just dipped outside for palettes. And I do have a few new palettes, so you may see videos with me using those palettes instead of the ones in my Shop My Stash. But I do want to debut those palettes on my channel, but I will continue to use the Shop My Stash items for my base. Looks like we have all of our items for the next 2 weeks. I'm so happy to be able to switch them out. And that completes today's video. I hope you enjoyed going through some of my collection with me, picking out some items that we were going to use. So if you did enjoy this evening's video, please consider subscribing to the channel, giving this video a thumbs up, and ringing the notification bell. That just lets you know each and every time that I upload a video. And share the channel, because you know I don't mind. And lastly, please know that you're always welcome and wanted here on my channel. This is what I got to deal with all the time. And with that said, thank you guys so much for tuning into the video, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care, everybody, and have a great evening. Bye.